Who's the most popular Genshin Impact character? I don't know. Is it your main? If it is, that's great. You're not unique. You're like every other person who plays the same character and has the same taste. Is it not your main? Is your main on the bottom of the list? You're just playing that character because you want to feel special, but you're not. But we're back with another Genshin Impact Reddit moment. And here, the results of a poll of the most popular Genshin Impact characters based on Chinese players. Now, this user has two separate polls that they posted on the subreddit, which is female character poll and male character polls. Why? I don't know. But obviously, as it's Chinese based, it's written in Chinese. Now, do I know Chinese? A little bit. I can recognize a few. I took, classes in high school that I definitely studied for. I could recognize some names like this one, Chi Chi, because, 2 sevens, like I know my numbers at least. But thankfully, there's a translation in the comments. Now, do I trust the comments? Of course I do. So I'm going to trust them with my life. They translated everything correctly. I love Reddit. And so looking at it, we have first place is Nikita. Now note, this was taken 2 months ago. Kind of close to when Nikita released. I think she released November. I'm pretty sure. Makes sense, right? Kind of a recency bias because she's the latest Archon to be released, and Archons are always popular. Her story, her lore, her backstory is phenomenal. The Sumeru Archon quest was great, and Nikita, being the Archon of Sumeru, was in the center of it. So it makes sense that she's very popular, and she's very strong meta-wise. So Nikita number 1 makes sense, but what I'm most excited about is number 2, standing the test of time, Raiden, my main. Of course, she's an Archon. Everybody loves her. If you don't, you're wrong. I respect your opinion, but you're wrong. Raiden is the best. Unbiased opinion, by the way. Why is she so popular? Electro Archon, Booba Sword, cool, beautiful, the best of the best. What more do I need to say? An Archon, good backstory. Of course, I would say that. Sure, Inazuma Archon quest kind of But Raiden's still cool. Should be number 1, but I'll give it to Nikita for now. She's cute. She's adorable. I'm not gonna bully a kid. Sure, she may be 500 years old or something, but she's still a kid. Eula. Makes sense. Eula fans are kind of... They're out there. They are out there. Now, Eula, she's a very, unique character. She has iconic voice lines, iconic moments in the game. Her sneeze, her vengeance will be mine. All that. Big damage numbers, too. Sure, physical is not the best thing since ever, but bigger number equals better person. Next is Klee. She's a cute child, adorable. She's a terrorist, but she's a child, so it's kind of funny, but not funny. And so Klee's cute and fun. So it makes sense. Number 5, Hu Tao. Hu Tao's Hu Tao. I don't know. She's just there. I'm sorry, but standard, quirky character. I said it. All right, so that's the top 5. There's like 40 female characters here, which is a lot considering that there's like around 60 Genshin characters as a whole. So it's like almost 2 times as many female characters than male characters. I wonder why. I'm just gonna go down the list. You can see it for yourself on the official Reddit if you're interested in it. But I'm gonna point out some notable ones that I found either surprising or, just interesting to look at. The first one I found was at number 14, which is pretty high up, was Farzad. Now again, recency bias, so kind of makes sense, but I'm also surprised because we didn't really get any good backstory of Farzad. Sure, she's a 4-star character, but her hangout was just announced, 3.5 live stream. We don't have that much of a connection to her or her backstory, her lore, but she's number 14, so probably recency bias. And then right underneath her is Yelan at number 15. Now number 15 is still high, right? Top 50%, but that's still kind of low than what I expected for Yelan. I like Yelan personally, so it might be my personal bias, but Yelan is cool because she's one of those types of characters. The step on you type. Maybe it's her haircut. I don't know. The last one I want to point out is Beto. I didn't expect her to be this low. For popularity, I thought Beto would be at least higher than no shade to them, but Amber. Sure, maybe Beto's not everybody's favorite character, but there's gotta be more people who like Beto than Dory. What does a greedy merchant have over captain of a pirate crew? Alright, moving on to the male characters. This one's a shorter list because there's a lot less male characters than female characters. So this one, thankfully, the posts are translated. There's a lot. I'm just going to point out some notable ones. You can read it yourself. But, you know, Kazuha number 1. Why is he number 1? That's a great question, and I thought about it. Maybe it was because Kazuha is fun to play with. He is strong meta-wise. He has an extensive backstory, and he has a dead friend. Next that I found interesting was Diluc, standing the test of time, being in the top 5. Number 4 to be exact. Now Diluc, he's cool. Ever since the launch of Genshin, he's been that guy. Diluc Don Winery, the cool Batman guy. Diluc's not an Archon or anything like Zhongli. Diluc's just a guy. The last one I wanted to point out was Albedo. Now this one really surprised me. I thought Albedo would be kind of lower on the list, but he's in the middle of the pack basically. And I find that so fitting for Albedo. Albedo's never really like the best option, but he's a solid option for a lot of teams. And Albedo just being in the middle kind of solidifies that. His lore, right? Albedo kind of is mysterious in a way. Even though we explored it sometime in like the Dragonspine event a while ago, if you still remember that. But yeah, Albedo is just like there, and he's in the middle, which I find to be very, very interesting. And then we have poor Goro at the bottom. I don't think Miss Hina did him any favors there. But yeah, once again, if your main's on here, if your main's near the top, congratulations. You're like everybody else. If they're not and they're at the bottom, I don't know, feel special, I guess, but you are still last place. So there is no winning here in Genshin Impact, because Genshin Impact is Genshin Impact. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, then don't. But subscribe anyway. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, bye-bye. See ya.